Okay, thank you so much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're most welcome to our meeting today. I'm sure people are joining us from different parts of the world. This is because I've been able to see people from Nigeria, people from Accra, Ghana, people from Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, and the rest of West Africa joining us today. It's my pleasure to be able to welcome you to our meeting today, whereby we are joined by a very special company executive who really loves Africa. And she's here to be able to help us and help us to be able to look at our business and how we can be able to continue building. So mine is to welcome you from wherever you are joining us to this conference call, which is now becoming our new normal, as our leaders are telling us to be able to continue to do our business in a very special way. And I know today we are also joined by guests. People who are looking at this opportunity for the very first time. I want to take this opportunity to warmly welcome you, our guests who are joining us today, and also our distributors. We love you so much, our distributors, and thank you so much for continuing to build our business during these challenging times and interesting time indeed. So we want to thank you so much, and even for bringing guests along with us today. So for our guests, this is a wonderful opportunity, and it's an opportunity which you can be able to be part of, because it's a solid company which was started back 1958 in US. And then in 1971, it came to Africa, and it has been able to spread across the world in over 50 countries. And our motto or our mission is to be able to make the world a healthier and a happier place to live. And I know that is the focus of everybody. Every person that you meet today, that is something that they want to achieve. Everybody wants to see themselves having good health and also being able to live their lives and enjoy it at the same time. And we do so because we have a great, line of products which are, based in high quality research and from a very capable team. And we also have a wonderful business opportunity which is unmatchable, which will also be able to be part of it. And we also do so by having fun and traveling across the world. So New Life is a wonderful company which will be able to help you to achieve a lot of things. And some of the things that the company will be able to do to you, it will be able to give you time freedom. It will give you time. It's an opportunity that you can be able to do as you spend time with your loved one. You'll be able to own your own business. We say you'll be able to be your own boss, whereby you're in command, you're in control. Nobody is telling you what you're supposed to do. It also gives you an opportunity to have financial freedom. You can work part-time and full-time, whichever you choose. So it is up to you to be able to join, and then from there you can be able to do a lot of other things. It's a home-based business that you can be able to do it right at your home, meaning it doesn't have a lot of running costs because you can be able to do it right at home. It will help you to create and receive your income. What we mean by receive your income, at a time will come when you cannot be able to continue to build your business. The company will be able to pay you for the effort that you did and the time that you spent to build your business, when you were able to do that. Another thing is you'll be able to enjoy, best quality products in the market. Our products quality is unmatchable. You'll be able to be to be able to enjoy, your family will also be able to enjoy, and it's an amazing thing to be able to do. Again, it will be able to give you good retirement, whereby you will retire at your own time. You'll choose the time that you want to retire and the place where you want to retire as well. It will also give you an opportunity to be part of the New Life family. We are a caring community. We care for you. We care for everybody that comes to our business. And that is quite, basic for us, because we know unless you care for people, you might not be able to achieve much. The other thing that you'll be able to do to you, it's that it will be able to, you'll be able to build an international business. And that is why we are seated here today, because somebody from another country came to your country and started sharing this opportunity. And today we can be able to talk about being present in over 55, in over 50 countries. So I just want to welcome you from wherever you are listening to us. People in West Africa, you are most welcome. People in East Africa, you're most welcome. People in South Africa, being able to see, our friends from South Africa, you're most welcome. So today I don't want to take much time because we are joined by a very special person. This is someone who started the business as a distributor. So if you're a guest, this person started right like you today. And she built an amazing business in Europe and Italy. And today she's one of the company executives helping all of us across the world to be able to continue to build our business, even during such kind of time. So without much ado, I want to welcome our special speaker for today, a very special lady, all the way from Italy, our Vice President of Sales International, Annamaria Ricardi. Please, Anne, if you can hear me, please proceed.
Hey, hello, everybody. Can you see me?
Yes,
hello?
We can see you clearly, Hannah. You can continue.
Oh, great. Listen, I'm full of emotion. I'm sitting at home in Rome, in Europe, all the way across the sea from you, and we're talking to each other. Isn't this a miracle? It's an incredible, incredible miracle. I never realized that it could be like this. Let me tell you about myself. I grew up in England. I went to school and university. And after I got my degree, I thought, I went to my mother and I said, Mom, you know what? Before I start teaching, I'd like to see the world. I'd like to travel a little bit, My mother is Italian and my father is Scottish. So my grandparents, my mother's parents were in Italy. And I said, I'm going to go and stay with my grandparents in Italy and maybe get a job where I can do some traveling. And guess what? I did. I came to my grandparents and I was very fortunate and got a job as a stewardess with Alitalia, the Italian airline. So here I am. I'm in Alitalia. I've got my uniform. I'm going to travel. I'm going to see the world. But you know what? The best planned schemes sometimes don't go the way you think they will, I never did get to see the world in that period. And there is a reason. The reason is that I saw the pilot on my second flight. I saw the pilot and the pilot saw me. And you know what? Within just a few weeks, he grounded me. Because, I was traveling one way, he was traveling the other. We never used to meet. So anyway, we got married and we started what we would call in our new life way of speaking, we started personal production. So we produced 2 children, one after the other. And I started this new business, this new way of life that I hadn't envisaged before when I was dreaming about the world. I started being a housewife. And, and I did all those things that housewives do. I did the shopping and the cleaning and looking after the children and blah, 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 blah. And my husband, of course, he was traveling everywhere and he was meeting so many people. And he'd come home and he'd say, Anna, I met this writer, this famous writer and the singer, and I met an actor, and I met a politician. And, they came to the front of the airplane and I was explaining the buttons and they would talk and we would share ideas and thoughts. And you know what? When you talk to these people, your mind grows. I thought, oh, guess what? While you're doing all that, I'm at home talking to my mother-in-law And my mind doesn't grow quite as much, you know. I really, really envied him. Anyway, one day, my children went to kindergarten. So, you know what happened? Now, all of a sudden, I've got half a day free, half a day. So I'm thinking, maybe I could get a job. Half a day. I speak English, I speak Italian, I speak French, maybe I can translate whatever. I'm going to look for a job. And you know why? I wanted to earn some money. Well, not a lot of money. I wasn't thinking of earning, guess what, you know, of going into a business and becoming an executive. I am thinking a little job, half a day, part-time, some money, and maybe I can buy a Christmas present for my husband with my money. And that's without stealing from the shopping, you know, because what a housewife, they don't make any money. So what can they do? They've got to find the money one way or another, right? Anyway, one day, my husband's on a flight with a pilot, Claudio, his name was Claudio. And Claudio says, Captain Ricardi, my wife and I have started a new business. We work in our spare time and it's with nice people, it's fun, and we can make a lot of money. So why don't you come and listen? So the next night, my husband comes home, he takes me to a hotel, and they were holding a meeting about the business. And we looked into this very large room. There were a few hundred people in there. And music was playing. And then there was a product display, which was enormous. Now, you've got to understand, all this happened 46 years ago. You know, 46 years ago. 46 years ago, we didn't have Zoom. We didn't have WhatsApp, and we didn't have Facebook, and we didn't have webinars, and you name it. We didn't have anything. So what they did this big, enormous product display to show what the company was all about. And then my husband looks at it. Now, he didn't know there was a product, so he looks at the product. And then he looks at me, and he says, Annamaria, I would like to remind you that it is you who is looking for a job. In other words, don't look at me. I'm not interested. I don't want to know. I don't want to get involved. The pilot, Claudio, he insisted, come and sit in the front row. And my husband said, no. I want to sit in the back. I want to be near the exit. I want to get up and go if I leave, if I want to. And the pilot kept saying, no, Captain, you've got to come to the front row, because in the front row you can see better and you can hear better, and then you don't get up and leave because it's embarrassing, right? Anyway, he drags us all the way to the front, and now a little man, a really short man, starts walking in, and he's got mustache, like Salvador Dali, you know, like that. And he comes in, and all we've got is a big board, and he starts doing the marketing plan. You know, he draws a circle, and he writes, you, and he puts his arm out, pointing towards the audience, and guess what? He's pointing at me. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I've only been here 10 minutes and I'm a circle already. And then he starts talking about what you do, how you make money, how you create percentages, and what you build, and the clients, and the blah, 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 writing everything on that board with his chalk. And I lost him. I lost what he was talking about. I couldn't keep up. You know, it wasn't clear. It wasn't understandable. So he comes to the end of the meeting. The only thing he said that I really understood and liked was he said, when you build this business, it is yours and you can leave it to your children. I like that, you know. My husband, he was never going to leave his airplane to the children. So I'm sitting there and not having understood anything, I turned to my sponsor, Claudio, and I say, Claudio, look, I would like to do this, but you know, I didn't really understand. If I do it, will you help me? And he says, oh, Annamaria, I will help you. I will train you. I will teach you everything I know. But now you have to consider, I've only been in this business 1 week. Yeah, guess what? He didn't know anything. I did not understand anything. And my husband, he didn't want to know anything. What a way to start. You know, I'm sitting here 46 years later, and I'm telling you how I started, which was ridiculous. How did I make it? You know, how did I survive? After 1 month, I had not produced anything. Basically, I didn't understand the product. I didn't take the time to understand the product. So I couldn't share something I didn't know. I started sharing the product when I fell in love with it. You know, it's very easy to share when you like what you're sharing. But that month, I didn't know the product, and it embarrassed me to go out and offer people products. You know, Mrs. Ricardi, what's she doing now? Selling the product, you know. And then I didn't know how to explain the marketing plan. I talked to about 2 or 3 people. They all said they weren't interested. I got so depressed, you know. I thought, what am I doing? I'm in this business. I can't talk to people. I don't know how to sell the product. I'm not making any money. I'm just wasting time. And you know what? I'm going to let it go. I'm leaving. So one night I went to the meeting and the guest was the president. And it was funny because the first president in Italy was a South African. So we're tied to Africa forever, you know, ever since the beginning. Anyway, I went to this man and I said, Mr. Shapiro, I really, really want to give up the business because I'm not good at it. And he said, why? Why aren't you good? I met you and your husband, you're nice people. I think you're intelligent. I think you could do a lot of, you know, I think you can do. I think I've lost you. Are you still there? Okay, you're back. So anyway, he said, did you invite your friends? Did you ask your friends to join you in this business? And I said, you've got to be kidding. What do you mean, my friends? My friends are pilots. My friends are teachers. My friends are engineers and architects. These people, they don't want to know about a business like this. You know, they don't. They're not interested. They're professional, intelligent. And the president stopped me and he said, hey, stop. Okay, he says, I understand. All your friends are very intelligent people. You started. Why? You must be the only idiot, you know, in all the group. I was so upset. How dare this man call me an idiot? I went home and I was so angry. I had smoke coming out of my ears. And my husband said, why are you so angry? What happened? And I said, that man called me an idiot. Oh, my husband says. Why? Why? And I explained, and my husband said, well, you know what? I think he's right. You're a total idiot. Well, you can be called an idiot once, and that's bad enough. Twice, it's unbearable, you know? So I'll tell you what happened. I went to my room. I sat on my bed, and I started thinking, why did I start? You know, it sounds like a silly little question. Why did I start? Was it because of the products? Now, you know, I know a lot of you listening in, you have started because of the products. You know the product, you liked it, you enjoyed the product, you started. But me, that night, I had never ever seen the product. I didn't know the product. So, you know, for sure, I did not start because of the product, not that night. So then I thought to myself, did I start because of the marketing plan? But you know what the answer is? The answer was no. I did not start because of the marketing plan because I didn't understand it. That night, I did not understand it. And did I start because of the money they promised? No, because I did not believe you could make that kind of money on a spare time business. So it wasn't the product, it wasn't the marketing plan, it wasn't the money. People say, I know, your sponsor convinced you. Hey, how could he convince me? He didn't know anything. You know, he wasn't able to even describe anything. He couldn't convince me. So I'm sitting on the bed and I asked the question again. If it wasn't the product, it wasn't the marketing plan, it wasn't the money, and it wasn't my sponsor, why did I start? What was the oomph? You know, what was the push? What was the step that pushed me into saying, Claudio, I want to do it. Claudio, I want to do it. And then it hit me. It hit me like a hammer hits you over the head, you know? I started because of me. I started because I was looking for an opportunity. Now, I didn't know if it was this one. It could be this one or another. The important part is, are you looking? I was looking. And because I was looking, I said, Claudio, I want to try. I want to start. What can I lose? What can I gain? You know, what can you lose in this business? Time. You can lose time. You can't lose anything else. It's not the registration fee or buying a bottle of product that will kill you. Not will kill you enough to start this incredible business that can give you so much, absolutely outstandingly results. Anyway, I got up from the bed and I said, okay, I'm going to start. What do I have to do? And you know, I went to my training, and what they told me was I had to do 5 things. Now, listen to me carefully. Not 25, not 500, You don't have to go to university and get a degree. You don't have to know everything about the products. You don't have to be a biologist, a nutritionalist, a skinologist. You don't. I was a housewife. I'm still a housewife. So, what do you need to know? You need to know 5 steps. And those 5 steps will never, ever change. Not when you are a distributor, not if you're a senior manager or a director or a ruby or a diamond. Those 5 things will never, ever change. And what are they? Well, I know you know them because they tell you every day. The first one is knowing, getting to know. And people say, well, what do I have to know? Well, you have to know the product, and you have to know the marketing plan, and you have to know what you want. But that's not the knowing that I'm talking about. When you start in this business, you will work with people. You will sell product to people. You will explain the marketing plan to people. So what is it you have to know? You have to know people. You know what? After a week, a month, or a year, you will finish that list of people you know. And then what do? Do you stop working? No, you don't. Because in the meantime, you have learned how to get to know people. People are the breath of this business. No people, no breath, the business will die. You want this business to grow and bring a lot of money and make you reach your goals? Well, you need the oxygen, the breathing that will allow you to do that. And the breathing is getting to know people. And then, of course, the second step, you invite people to hear you. And the third step is you show. Now, what do you show? You show the product and you show the marketing plan. But the real thing you need to show, the real basic sharing is that you need to show what your vision is. Where are you going? What are you building? What are you telling that man? You're saying, come with me because I know where I'm going and I will take you with me. Showing is the soul of the business. Knowing is the breath of the business. Everything else, the inviting, the closing, the training, you can learn that. You can learn that. But without the knowing and without the showing, you're not going anywhere. 5 steps: getting to know, invite, show, close, and train. 5 steps, always the same 5 steps. Now, what is the point of what I'm trying to tell you now? They taught me this 46 years ago. And now, 46 years later, the world is changed. Life has changed. We're all sitting in our homes and there's sickness out there and we can't go in the streets and we can't embrace our friends and we can't have parties and we can't have meetings in hotels and we can't go to our friends' houses to show the marketing plan and to express the product. The world is standing on its head. So what happened to those 5 things? Nothing. They're still there. And they have not changed. You will get to know people, and you will invite people, and you will show people and share with people, and you will close people, and you will train people. You're just going to use other things like we're doing now. We're Zooming, and there's what? There's 300, there's what? Oh, let me see. We have hundreds of people on this thing. 494 people are listening to this Zoom. Now, let me tell you, when I started, I looked at the business through a keyhole. You know, who was I going to invite? My friends, my family, the people I met at the supermarket. I invited in my hometown. You invite in your town or in your village or in your back garden. That means we're narrowing down our chances to everything that is around us. And then what did we do? We had to convince people to come to the hotel for the meeting, or allow me to go to their home, or them come to yours, or then we would explain at the bar or in the middle of the street. But now the window of the world has opened, because now you can talk in Nairobi to somebody in Tanzania. You can talk in Tanzania to somebody in South Africa. You can start having an organization with people who start in your team, in your group, even if they're not sitting in your backyard, because we have these incredible opportunities, this miracle of possibility. But the 5 things, they haven't changed. They will never change. Now, let me tell you, I started without understanding anything. Within a year, I had built, together with my husband, the biggest organization in the near-life world of that day. How did I do that? And what would I do today? Exactly the same. I look for people who believe in what I believe. I believe in a better world, in a cleaner world. I believe in less sickness. I believe in prevention of sickness. I believe in the human possibility of creating their own business without having to go to the bank to borrow money. You know, I believe in the chance that everybody has to leave a sign, to leave a mark, to build a better life for their children. I believe in that. And I'm looking for people who believe in the same things. And once they decide to work in my team or in my group, because I tell them, I know where I'm going and I will take you with me so you can reach your goals. I will guide you. I will train you. I will be near you, and my arms will be around your shoulders, whether we're in the same room or not. So, if you invite someone, it doesn't matter how far away he is. Once he decides to start, he can join your trainings on Zoom. He can join whenever there is an event that the company organizes. But let me tell you the real secret. Use these machines, this internet, this web, to do one-to-ones, do meetings one-to-one. Because, you know, today you could have 500 people listening in. How are we going to follow them? How are we going to close them? You know, they're listening in to an enormous group. But if you were talking to them one-to-one, looking into their faces, and we can with these implements, then you can explain and answer questions and listen to their needs and their hopes and their dreams. And you can show them how your dreams and his can blend together so you can go in the same direction. The 5 steps have never changed. The way we implement them is changing. And you know something? I understand, I realize there are parts of your country where a lot of people don't have computers or don't have web, don't have the possibility. But I'm telling you, we're going in that direction. We will never go back totally to before, because this new way has opened the business to the world. So you need to help them to get themselves into a position. Maybe they can get together and work with one computer. I don't know. But what is most important is that you make them feel that they're close, even if they're far away. Like I feel that you are close to me, even though I'm at the other end of the sea, somewhere in the middle of Europe. You know, look at this. I'm still wearing my Africa around my neck, Mama Kwanini, you know. I still wear my Kenya bracelet. I never take it off. I think of you all with love in my heart. I wish I was close to you so we could work together. Ciao, everybody. And Paul, thank you for inviting me today. And I hope to speak to you lot again. Perhaps you could have a day when you organize questions and answers, and we can have a one-to-one with all of you. Okay? Goodbye, Paul. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anne, for sharing with us today such a wonderful session. I believe that our distributors and our guests have been able to learn something that will be able to help them as we move forward. So we thank you so much for, taking time off your busy schedule to be with each and every one of us today. And that was incredible.